So whenever you're ready, we'll have Tracy lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the
United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Very good. Thank you, and good afternoon, everyone. Tracy, any thing you need to change on the agenda?
I don't believe so.
Okay. You got a motion to approve it?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
All right, and Gary's not there yet, correct?
No.
Is Gary there?
No, he isn't.
Okay, well then I will second that motion, okay?
Okay,
All right, I'll call for vote to approve it. Primer, aye.
Seaman, aye.
Okay, very good. Item 3 is to discuss or approve employee insurance rates. Do you wish to wait for Gary a little while, or what might you want?
The time item on that man is not there.
That's Steve at
Yep.
5:15.
Yep.
We've got number 5, which is Dean's resignation.
Yeah, see, I just kinda wanted to do Steve Meyer first and then
Yep.
comment on the other one after.
Okay, that's no problem.
I guess we can start with the
We might as well
employees.
Start with the
Yeah.
insurance rates.
Yep, Sue's gonna start it.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Okay, can you hear me okay?
I got you.
Okay,
Loud and clear.
all
Thank
right.
you.
Yep, so I sent you guys the rate sheet, and basically the last year's total amount was $757 for health single, and this year it's $777, so it was a $20 increase. Family was $1,702, now it's $1,746, so that's a $44 increase. Dental single was $42.92, and that stayed the same, no change. For dental family, it was $122, that stayed the same, no change. Vision single, county share was $594, and that's now $618, so it went up by 24 cents. And vision family was $15.16, went to $15.78, and is a 62-cent increase. Currently, the employee portion of the health single is $99.44. Currently, their health portion is $389.55. Currently, the dental single and family, it's a 50-50 split, so it'd be $21.46 for their share of single, $50.11 for their share of family, and vision is also a 50 split, and so for vision single it's $309, and for vision family it's $789. So the question we need your response on is if you want to leave those employee portions the same or change them at all.
Well, I think we'd already acted on the dental and vision at Tuesday's meeting. Isn't that correct?
Yes, you approved to sign and on the, yes, because she listed those amounts on Tuesday and agreed to sign with the Assured Partners and ISAC.
Yeah, okay, all right.
But that was their full
That's
premium.
really yeah, so really what we have is the health insurance to act on, isn't that correct?
We're worried about the employers, what they're gonna pay, the share, the employees.
I get that, yeah, that's correct, that's what I was referring to, sorry, I didn't quite state it correctly. Could you tell me how many singles and how many family policies we have?
Did I bring that. I feel like, was it 77? That piece, I'm not sure if I wrote it, but I can see if I can find it. Give me just a minute here.
Take your time.
I think roughly 78 family and 33 single. Do you have that sheet, Haley, at all?
I was gonna look at the email that Nancy sent.
78 and 33, correct?
It's pretty close, give or take a couple.
Yeah. Okay. Tracy, have you figured out the percentage of increase or any of that?
No, I haven't yet.
Okay, well, I did figure it out. On a single, it went up 2.6%, and on family, 2.5. And that would, if we passed that percentage along to the employees, well, it would cost, whether we passed it on or not, that 2.6% is $2.59 per month for single. For family, it's $9.78 per month. So if you multiply that out, I'm going to get my electronic brain going here. On family, that would, if we absorbed it, it would cost us $758.94 per month, or $9,107.28 for the year. Okay. Now, the single is not quite as big a deal because there's only 33, but at $2.59 times 33 is 85.47 times 12 is 1,025 and 64 cents. That total would be $10,132.92 if we absorbed it. Okay. You get those numbers down, Tracy?
I am, but I'm doing a little different math, so.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Definitely not an accountant, so,
What was your grand total?
For the two,
Yeah,
I have $10,132.92.
I come up with 11,340.
11,340?
Yeah.
Okay. Which is fine. We can go back and be looking at, the numbers. Bottom line is, $11,000. Do we want to absorb that? Do we want to not absorb it, pass it on? Or do we want to split split it. I think we've got about 3 choices here. And we also, not today, but we'll have to be acting on wages.
Yeah. Sue or Haley, can you tell me what percentage the employees pay now? 20%?
Of the amount,
Yes.
of the total,
What's their share?
so
1702.
389, 555,
389.55 divided by 1702, 22 point, call it, 9, you know, to round up, percent.
22%.
Well, call it 23 if you round it up.
Oh, I come up with .219, but yeah,
Yeah.
22.
You thinking of just making it that percentage straight across, Tracy?
I think it'd be easier for the girls figuring the
Yeah.
insurance.
Or you don't have to raise the employee's share again.
Right.
You
We
did,
haven't.
you did the last 2 years, but then you hadn't in the past, but
We did?
the last time you did it was in 22, December of 22.
Yeah. I didn't think we did last year, but I thought we did previously.
You did a 5% increase at that time.
I guess what I'm looking at right now, how about the county eats it this year, and hopefully Sue is getting a lot more participating in the insurance where we can save it that way.
In the wellness?
Yes, right? You've done excellent so far.
Yeah, we're making progress.
Keep prodding everybody. What do you think of that, Rick?
I don't have a problem with that. I mean, that is an incentive for sure. So, yeah. Definitely would be. But, yeah, they currently, it just changes it a fraction of a percentage, you know. I don't have a problem with it, Tracy.
Would it be easier for you girls to go, if it's 21.9, would it be easier to go?
We just, whatever the amount you say dollar-wise, is the amount we take out, and then we
Okay.
divide it by the 26 pay
Okay.
periods,
All right.
or times 12 divided by
Good.
26.
So if you're wanting to leave it at 389.55 for family and 99.44 for single, you know, doesn't matter what the,
Percentages.
Percentages?
what the amount is per month.
Okay,
If you're, you know, encouraging them to participate in the wellness program, because you're right, we'll more than get that back.
all right, I guess Gary's not here yet, so I'll make a motion that we keep the health insurance figured the same way as we did last year.
For the employee contribution.
Correct.
Okay, all right. And encourage them to, you know, participate in the wellness program?
Correct.
So you want
That's
me,
part of your motion?
Yep,
so we'll state that 99.44 a month for single, 389.55 a month for family.
right.
Okay. That was your.
That's what it was, correct?
Yeah.
That's what it's gonna say.
99.44 and 389.55. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. I'll call for vote. Primer, aye.
Seaman, aye.
Okay. So, we got that. Well, it's almost quarter after.
He's
Steve
here.
in there yet?
Yes, he is. He's sitting here looking at us.
All right.
Quick question,
Do
are
I
we
need to
keeping the
appear in
dental
front of a
vision?
camera somewhere?
Say
Vision.
50/50.
Am I?
Okay.
I thought we voted on the dental and vision at 50/50.
Well, we didn't really vote today, but
No, we
It's-
voted to have it signed,
Just do a
but
couple
we didn't vote
backflips.
to actually.
we'll keep it that
I
way.
don't think we're gonna do that.
But if, Haley, if you want to, I'll make a motion that we stay with the dental and the eye 50/50 like it's been too.
Okay, that way it's clear.
You hear that,
I
Rick?
thought that was, well, I think it's in the minutes from Tuesday that we did that.
No, we just put the rates as a full, single and family.
Okay. I'll second that motion then,
Okay.
okay? And I'll call for a vote. Primer, aye?
Seaman, aye.
All right, very good.
Now, Steve.
Now, Steve.
Okay, well, I'm sure it's old news by now, but I'm just here to report that the EMA Commission did vote to hire a new coordinator Monday night, and he's here with us also. Dean Verba has accepted the position and was voted. Just so that everybody knows the process that was involved, we started working toward this point literally almost 2 years ago, determining our process, a hiring committee, the questions that were going to be asked in the interviews, and et cetera. And anyway, Sue did help us a lot. And anyway, we advertised the position right after the first of the year. The day after the position opening, after it closed, the sheriff, Dan Ramelsberg, the vice chair, and I came in and went over. Sue had gotten 9 applications originally. 2 of those dropped out by the time we were here on, that'd be 2 weeks ago today, 3 weeks ago today. Yeah, anyway. So we had 7 to deal with, and just as proof that we did reach nationwide in our search, we had 1 applicant from Texas that dropped out. He was one of the 2 that dropped out prior to us coming and doing our calling, and we called that down to 4. We set up interviews for a week ago this past Monday. By the time we got to the end, all of those 4, I did contact every one of their references, so I had all that history, but by the time we got to interviews on Tuesday, we were down to 2 people. Dean and another person. We conducted our interviews. At the conclusion of the interviews, we had a ranking system set up for the questions we had. All 7 of the people on the committee gave Dean a higher score. Plus there was other things that we considered also. So we extended the invitation, the offer to Dean, and he accepted, and we're very happy. So I'm just here to report what's happened and go. Anybody have any questions?
Can I get a picture before you leave?
Of Dean?
Or both of you maybe?
Oh,
I
I'm
don't
sure.
have any questions. I will state that it's good to keep Dean with Benton County. He's an asset for the county.
I know Supervisor Seaman kind of expressed his discontent that we were hiring him away from the position he was in, and I thought that might be coming. But Dean will start April 1st as the, somewhere in there. Yeah, I know, this has created some logistical issues, but we can work through all that. Dean will start April 1st as the assistant coordinator, and he will be in that position until July 1st. Scott's last day is June 30th, and Dean begins July 1st. The salary will be $74,000 a year. We had a range established of $73,000 to $78,000. Dean has already taken some of the classes he needs to take to be an EMA coordinator. He has a lot of that out of the way already, so that's why we started at 74. So. Okay?
All right.
Okay, thank you. And I continue to thank the supervisors for all of the support they give the EMA Commission. You guys are great to work with.
Thank you, Steve.
You bet, thank you.
Well, now I suppose we better act on accepting Dean's resignation.
Yes, I have that here.
Hey, I got it in an email. I read it. Have you seen it, Tracy?
Just now.
Oh, okay.
And you're on the email too.
Hmm?
I think it was emailed to all three.
I wasn't on the computer since
Oh.
10:30, so.
Yeah, so I quit.
Okay.
Let me know when you've read it.
I've read it.
Okay. Well, then we need to acknowledge his resignation. Approve it. Acknowledge it. However,
All right, I'll make a motion that we acknowledge the resignation of Dean Burbank.
and I'll second that. We'll call for a vote, please. Primer, aye.
Team and I.
Okay. And we also need to see about posting that position.
Yes.
Yes. I sent you all the job posting that was on file from when Dean had it. And so I didn't know if you guys were comfortable with that the way it was, if you wanted any changes. The only education/experience that we currently have that's a requirement, it's just a high school diploma and a Class C CDL or ability to obtain within 30 days is what it says.
Be nice to have
Correct me if I'm
some
wrong.
experience.
That experience, that CDL process has changed. since
Yeah, you
were
might want to
hired.
extend that.
Is it even possible to get it in 30 days? 'Cause
Not
I don't think
anymore.
it is.
No.
Yeah. So for sure, we'd have to revise that piece of it, but, you know, again, I don't know, salary-wise, if we want to put a range in there and, you know, if somebody currently has their CDL, that would be different than if they need to get it. But, yeah, the only requirements is high school diploma and class CDL is the minimum requirements.
How often do you have to drive the bus when you get a driver?
You could probably get by with well, you gotta take them to service, so, but you could probably get by with a chauffeurs to start out with. And that's really having a clean driving record for past 2 years.
Well, my question is, how many times a week do you actually get stuck in a bus?
Not a bus, sometimes van. Usually once a week I drive something. Not long trips, but they're the short ones. That way it doesn't take me out of the office.
Well, scheduling, you know, the experience I was referring to might be for scheduling, you know, if you will, because that's kind of a big part of it, isn't it, Dean?
Yeah, we got the new software that we got is really easy. It helps out so much with that. It's a lot better than the software that we had before, and it's pretty easy to learn.
So they've got to have some computer skills and obviously some knowledge with scheduling.
Definitely want,
You know,
good communication skills.
Artificial intelligence can't do it all. What are you thinking, Tracy?
Well, if you stick with strictly chauffeur's license or CDL, I might cut your applications down, but on the same token.
Oh, I get that. Or I don't have a problem if they can obtain it.
But that ain't no quick thing nowadays anyway.
No, I get that. I get that.
So you'd have to change the 30 days on that.
What's realistic?
That's
I
what-
would put within 6 months at least.
That's what I was leaning on too.
Mm-hmm.
So say 6 months.
Mhm.
to obtain the CDL.
Mhm.
I guess the last thing is to range wages, right?
Mhm.
Well, Dean's currently, about 61, I think, in that range. I don't know that we're gonna start somebody out right where he's leaving off. Do you?
No, I'm thinking probably, without, I would say in a range between 56 to maybe 62, if they got everything that they need.
Why don't you just say 55 to 60 for a
Okay,
range?
that'll work.
Okay.
Got that too?
All right.
55 to 60. Can you read some of it to me, please?
Yeah. Position is responsible for overseeing public transportation for Benton County, including scheduling trips, supervising drivers, managing service and maintenance of vehicles, oversee all transportation department responsibilities, provide excellent customer service, ensuring county residents arrive at their destination safely, schedule trips from Benton to Belle Plaine, to medical appointments, school, and the mall, perform supervisory duties, including but not limited to assigning and checking work, establishing objectives, conducting employee performance evaluations, oversee the service and maintenance of the vehicles, maintain the department budget, other duties as assigned.
Should we put a blip in there about maintenance? A little bit better?
Well, she had that in there about
Yeah,
maintenance.
she touched on it, but I mean, Dean
To oversee it.
does an outstanding,
I get it.
You're not always gonna find that though.
Well, I don't know that we're hiring a mechanic though.
no, but
You can do minimum requirements and then you could do preferred,
okay.
and then, how would you want to word that? Experience maintaining vehicles?
Mechanical ability.
That's what I would say. Because you have some problems with the doors that are automatic, correct?
Lifts.
Yep. Broken wire or something, you fix that yourself, we don't take it nowhere.
I've never taken one of them vehicles to a specialty shop to have it fixed. I've done it all myself.
And that saves us big time.
Mhm.
Some mechanical skills preferred,
Okay.
okay?
Well, I don't know that, Dana did much of that kind of stuff.
No, she took it places.
Right, yeah. But there wasn't a lot of hands-on, if you will, for repairs
No,
prior to Dean.
no.
And I'm not sure we want just anybody, off the street with a CDL and a high school education that's been driving a truck for a while messing with wiring. So I've seen some of the wiring getting done on these trucks. But that will be questions with the interview committee.
Correct.
So do you want me to leave that as a preferred skill?
I would,
Okay.
that's my
Yeah,
opinion.
preferred. Doesn't hurt, does it?
Yeah,
No? And then Rick, you had said something about knowledge of scheduling. Do you want that to be a preferred skill or a required skill?
Well,
Put it preferred.
Dean says that computer program's a whiz, and it pretty well leaves it as a no-brainer if I'm hearing him correctly. But, be nice to know how to do scheduling if that computer crashes, so It'd be nice if it was a preferred skill.
Yep. Okay.
You have a problem with that, Tracy?
No, not at all.
Okay. Salary range okay with you?
Yep,
All right. And we're gonna get it.
Tracy, was that salary range 55, 60 okay?
just fine.
Okay. All right.
And get it posted tomorrow.
Anything?
She's gonna post it tomorrow, Rick.
Okay. Do we need to make a motion on those changes?
Well, we should make it official.
Make it official? Yeah, okay. Do you want to make a motion as discussed with the salary range?
Trying to think, we had a salary?
High school diploma, CDL to be obtained.
Yeah.
Salary.
The diploma was already in that, so we're not changing that. So the only thing we're changing is preferred.
We're adding some preferred skills.
Okay.
And we're changing the CDL within 6 months instead of 30 days.
Okay.
Within how many,
Alright.
3 months?
What?
How many months did you say?
6. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'll
So
start,
she'll get that posted, okay?
I'll
So you're gonna
start,
make a motion on that?
yes,
All right, I'll second your motion as we discussed, okay?
He didn't even really list it out yet.
okay.
Let
Well, I was gonna read it off, Rick.
Are you?
She wanted
Okay.
to say something.
Please.
One thing that my husband's looking for a DOT position, and they're requiring that you have a CDL permit on hire. So that could be an option that you could add, because you have to get a permit to take, you have to take like 3 different tests.
Who's speaking, please?
This is Kelly Van Ree from the public,
Okay.
so that could be an option before you make your motion, that you could have a, because they are pretty extensive tests to get a permit.
Well, there is such a thing as a learner's permit too, I was told. Is that right, Dean?
I think that's what she's talking
Yeah, that's
about.
That, okay, the learner's
The
permit.
DOT is requiring that you have the permit on hire.
Yeah,
The Class C with the passenger endorsement's not that expensive. It's not like the Class B and the Class A.
Okay.
I mean, I have a Class A, and, well, the Class A is school, but I have it's not cheap. None of that's cheap, but it's only passenger endorsement with the Class C, and it's relatively reasonable.
and see, that could be classified still under the CDL.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Well, my motion is that on the changes for the CDL, that they'll have 6 months if they don't have it to get it. Salary's gonna be between 55 and 60,000. You know. And then the 2 things for the preferred would be what is it? Scheduling experience and mechanical experience of that.
Abilities you mentioned.
Yes.
Okay, all right. And as far as the salary with that, if they don't have the CDL and they want us to pay for it, well, that can affect their starting salary, I would imagine.
Definitely.
So, okay, yep. One of those negotiating things.
Yep.
Okay, well, I'll second your motion then,
All right,
okay? All right, I'll call for a vote. Primer, aye.
Seaman, aye.
Good. Okay. Are we ready to roll on?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, item. Okay,
I'm sorry.
Sue,
Yep. The other one I
gonna
had.
say item 4.
Yes, item 4. So just as a refresher, we had closed the courthouse in January for that bad weather day and followed the handbook language that said If an employee's office is closed by the county, regular full-time employees
Oh,
scheduled to work during that time will be compensated at their regular rate of pay to complete their normal work hours. And then later on in that section, it says employees in departments that serve the public during severe weather, including departments that provide snow removal and law enforcement, are expected to report to work during severe weather unless notified otherwise by their department head. And so, there's been some questions raised by secondary roads if they were going to get something for that day, as the county employees did. And I believe Myron was here a few weeks ago and also talked about it in a meeting, asking, if the county was going to do anything. And so, I just put it back on here because the employees are reaching out and asking, and wanted to see if you had given that any thought. I did talk to Myron and Ron both. Myron thought it would be a nice gesture if, 8 hours of comp time was provided, or, something like that. Ron said he could be comfortable with that as well, but it didn't sound like he was hearing from his staff with any concerns about that they had to work that day currently. But he's fine with doing that if that's what the board decides, I guess. That's it in a nutshell.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed that wasn't addressed years ago in the handbook. And so, now ends up in our lap.
I'll talk to Scott. I would say, do you want to be?
It was,
He's coming in as the assistant.
as per the sheriff's discussion, it made sense, the safety factor. But I see the secondary roads,
Good to see you.
I see their point of view, and Tracy, I don't have a problem if we can work out that 8-hour comp time. Do you?
I guess I'd split the difference, I'd only give them 4.
Well, I think you're gonna get some bitching. You gave everybody else got 8, why do they only get half that?
Well, because they still had to work no matter what.
Very true, very true. How many employees we actually talking?
I think Myron's count is 30, maybe 32, if we included Ron's. Do you know that off the top of your head?
Well, let's see.
I missed that.
He's
He's
thinking.
thinking yet, he's counting.
Oh, okay.
I'm probably up around 20 people
Ron thinks he has 20.
that have to work.
Really?
That's the, and I know we moved things around in dispatch in the jail, but basically that'd be 6 in dispatch, 6 in jail, and 6 or 8 working the road. So 18, 20.
Okay, so we're in a ballpark of roughly 50, 53 people.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay, all right.
You wanna think on it a little bit more with Gary here?
Well, I think that would make sense to have Gary with it. You want to table it for Tuesday?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the other figures I wanna know, now Ron stepped out right now. He had people that wasn't scheduled to work. So how would that affect them if that was their day off? you know what I mean?
Sure.
It's one of them deals, you're not gonna make everybody happy.
Oh, for sure. And, you know, if we just follow the handbook, nobody's gonna be happy. And that's our prerogative, obviously, to do, because that was set up before us and approved.
Yep.
You know, not just by the supervisors, but the handbook's been through the employees, et cetera. So, I don't know, probably 1978 is about the last time we had a big snow like that and shut everything down, isn't it?
Pretty well.
Yeah. So, let's hope it takes that long again. But, okay, well, if you want to make a motion to table that.
Yep, I'll make a motion to table,
Tracy, can you do it for the week after?
what's that? Well, okay, that's right, you're gonna be gone. We're gonna wait 2 weeks. Sue's gonna be gone
Okay,
next
fine.
Tuesday,
Okay.
2
All
weeks.
right, table it for a couple weeks then, okay?
That way we
So
can
we're
hear
there,
the complaints
okay,
already.
all right.
Do you
That'll
want me to
work.
follow up with Myron and find out how many,
She shows up with her letter.
did you have a question about number of people or something, Rick?
Yeah, he did.
Well,
How many secondary roads and how many church?
Oh,
how
that's
many
something
is
else.
affected? And Tracy had the question of, you know, how many actually had the day off? And, you know, if they had the day off, they had the day off. I mean, so they weren't gonna work anyway.
Okay. So I'll come back with firm numbers, just so you know how many people it would be affected.
Good.
All right,
Good.
okay, thank you.
I don't even know if you have to
Alright.
table it, because we just had discussion on there.
Oh, really?
I didn't have anything add,
Okay.
Oh, okay.
so you're probably fine with just
Oh,
discussing.
just, yeah, you're right, you just said discuss. Okay,
Okay,
okay, very good.
all right.
All right.
And as for the reports, let's wait till Tuesday, because we got a meeting to get to here
Yeah,
in town,
yeah,
so.
I get that, okay. And is there a public there?
Yep, 2 of them.
Okay,
Oh,
all
I
right,
had,
anything they have?
this is Kelly again. With your transportation director, is this for the buses, right, to take patients? Do you guys take Medicaid money, so does that person also have to like clear the OIG exclusion list?
What's the question?
You take Medicaid money?
You take Medicaid, right?
The state of Iowa works through a broker called Access to Care. So the 3 Medicaid insurance companies, they have to go through that broker, and that broker is who, we have a portal, and the trips come through that portal.
Yeah. So do you guys have to clear like the OIG exclusion list then and to accept Medicaid funds?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
But other than that, like,
I did?
Okay. Anything else?
Anything?
well, it's probably a reason.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
All righty. And I'll second that. Call for vote, Primer, aye.
Seaman, aye.
All right, sounds good. Tracy, as I said earlier, I am not gonna call in for that